Hello, collective. Happy 14th of September. That reduces to a 2, all those numbers, 9/14/2022. 2 reflects to the moon. How did you guys survive that sturgeon moon? I fought a lot of black magic off. I could just feel it. I definitely needed to protect myself, so head chakra and this. Spirit wanted me to show you this. These are like bands you can buy at like a drugstore. It's usually in the aisle where like the TV commercial ad products are. And I don't know what it has, but it has like copper, I guess, in the threading that helps either deflect energies or protect your heart chakra. I wear it around my back, and it's getting like fall weather, winter weather, so it'll keep you warm too. But it might help if a lot of you are feeling a lot of black magic headed your way. So today is proof that yesterday died. You're here, you made it. Yes. I asked the aliens, I'm like, what, where are you? Like, I need some energy, yo. All I could get from Spirit is that they're getting alternate sources of energy, either, I guess, from galaxies or what have you, for us to draw from. But they know, they can see that they're really trying to just suck you dry, and it's just not right. It's invisible, so you can't really explain it to people, but there were 2 tests Spirit wanted me to talk to you about. One is a lie detector test, and one is a psychological test. These 2 tests might be headed your way if you have to speak in a court of law, or just be a witness. And I've been through both, so Spirit wanted me to talk to you about those tests. The lie detector test, there's a lot of things you can read on the web about lie detector tests. Alexa, play Edge of 17, Fleetwood Mac.
Edge of 17.
You know, they'll tell you to take an aspirin to keep your blood pressure even, low, what have you. I think it's funny, collective, like if a lot of you are immortal, you don't have a lot to worry about, because even when I go to the doctor and they put a thermometer in me, the thermometer won't even read. Like, they're like, what's wrong with this? Because I mean, my pulse is really low even though I smoke, and the cuff, like for your blood pressure, they'll have to like read, they're like, oh, I can't get, it's not working, because my energy interferes with a lot of that equipment. But the lie detector, they will get it to register they'll get a commonality of your energy, and when it's spiking, that means there's deception. So the best thing I can offer you, if you know you have to take one, is to know your terms, because if you don't know what embezzlement is or racketeering is, your energy will, because you're unprepared. So just know those terms, like those crimes. And you're like, well, I don't want that on my IP address that I'm looking up all this. And you go to the library, go somewhere public, maybe use an IP that's public. But the bottom line is find out what this stuff is before you go into that lie detector test, because they're going to ask you about stuff like that, and you may not even have a knowledge of it. You don't even know what the hell embezzlement is, but you're going to have to know about it to answer those questions. So, and it's just a reading of the overall, and they'll ask it several times in a different manner, and it's almost like, do they think I'm deaf too, or but it's to get that consistency that you're going to answer it the same each time. Now the psychological test, and this could be, keep your kids too, or if whatever's going on in court, they'll want to do a psychological evaluation. Again, they'll repeatedly ask the same type of question in a different manner, so just be really consistent. But the biggest hang up with that one is they basically want to know, do you think that the world's against you? And no, you don't think the world's against you. Be very specific that you know that there's a key group of people, whether it be a coven or your family or whatever it is, that has a grief with you, and then that's that's your issue, because you don't want to come across like, yeah, yo, I'm paranoid to go to the store, or I'm paranoid to walk out my front door. That's not the impression you want to give the psychologist. But yes, there is a key group of people that does not want me here anymore. So that's what you want to get across during that psychological test. So that being said, I want to know what the cards are going to tell me today. So yeah, they were really out for blood during this full moon. I'm not supposed to be here. I get it. Yo, I get it. Well, and then, you know, when I try and do a reading, like I did a couple of them, maybe a day or two ago, and I rewatched them, and I'm like, I looked so hazy. It just, my energy was so off, and I thought, that's not even me. And it's because I was fighting all that other energy coming at me. And maybe what they want to steal too, I don't know. It's like, I just kind of go off the cuff with my stuff, you know? Like, I know of a few things I want to talk about, but it's not like I have this big, like, manifest, you know? And then also what the spirits are dropping with me. Oh, Saturday was an awesome day. Let me tell you about this. So I go to get some keys duplicated. So my son has a key. And they're like, well, we only have 2 of this master key left. And I'm sitting there thinking, how many people in this town have the key to my apartment? There's only 2 of that key left in that particular style or what have you. And I'm like, that's odd. Anyway, so I got the copy made, you know, I got over it. Because, you know, you can only do what you can do. And it's not like I don't want to go out there and fight. I do want to fight, but I also know there's only so much I can do, you know. So Spirit took me for a drive. They're like, I want you to drive up here by the golf course. And I was like, okay, because I never go up there. So I drove up there, and there was a funeral home, and they were having a funeral. And Spirit proceeds to tell me that that's the place that they had planned to have my dedication. Which was interesting because it was the funeral home across from where my actual family's buried. Like, you know, my grandmother, my grandfather. So I thought, well, that's nice of them. And I almost wanted to have the balls to drive in there during this service, and I thought, no, Andrea, don't do that. So I did not do that. But Alexa, play Tulsa Time. But Spirit will show you stuff like that if you just let them direct your driving sometimes. They'll take you to places they want you to sit and dwell and drop a few notes your way. So, yeah. So they told me about that on Saturday. But identity was really important to me. So I wanted to make sure and let Collective know too that any of your important papers, like if they are trying to erase you, like just go on with this plan without you, because they can't kill you. And you have to prove your identity in one way, shape, or another. You know, make sure you have your birth certificate, your social security, the important documents, and keep them locked up somewhere, preferably even out of your home, just so that you can access them when you don't know if there's going to be whatever happened to those papers. So make sure you have those in a safe place. So I was able to get that accomplished. Identity is a big deal. My grandmother was married to my grandfather like maybe, I don't know, 30 years. And he ended up in the VA hospital for veterans. And the paperwork they had didn't match what she had. And that's when she learned that he had an alias to join the U.S. military. So this whole time she's been married to someone, knew him as a certain name, but the military is like, no, this is his birth certificate right here. So it's like, whoa! Imagine being married to someone for that long and then finding out, oh, that wasn't even their name. So that's why those papers are so important, because you may not have to prove it today or tomorrow, but there could be something in the future that comes up that they're going to have information on you that doesn't even match what you carry around with you. And you're like, this is what I've been carrying around with me. Of course this is me. Surprise! It's not you. Okay, so the middle of this reading, I pulled quite a bit of cards, but we have the Empress, and we have a Chariot. And the Chariot came in the middle of this Queen of Wands. So either you're in both of these energies and they are observing you, kind of has a law enforcement vibe to me, or there's somewhere you're supposed to be going, collective. You're supposed to be going somewhere. I don't feel opposition between these two. Like, I feel like this is almost the same energy, this Empress and this fiery energy, but we're going to see what the opposing energy is. And that's Justice. So it was a law enforcement person, this Chariot. This is opposing. This is opposing this poor person that's trying to move forward in one way, shape, or another with something true, okay? They just want to be themselves, and they want to move forward in a true manner. And Justice is crossing that. So they probably want you to stay put. Maybe that's what the cards are telling me, but it makes me feel good that there is something happening and maybe you may not be aware of it. Sometimes that's, like I say, in most of my readings, let nature take its course. The full moon was a perfect example of that because of how powerful that energy was. I just let it do what it had to do. You know, there's nothing I can, you know, I don't even have a farmer's almanac. I don't even know the exact moment it became full, but I knew that it was going to be powerful. So, Alexa, play Blue Suede Shoes. In my unconsciousness is this Emperor. Let's qualify this. See who this person is, because this could be you. Oh my gosh, I have so many upside down. I did do some card reading, but I mostly just watched nature take its course around me. And kept my stability, you know, kept my what I needed to do. Those wanted to fall out, so let's look at these. There's always a reason for it, you know. Yeah. This is definitely the Emperor that's what fell out was the Knight of Wands, the Page of Swords. They were all upside down, and the Secret. So it's definitely the energy that's opposing you right now, coming up against you. But like I say, remember those two tests that I talked about, the psychological and the lie detector. Do a little research on those before you just volunteer or walk in to take one, because you have to know your terms and you have to know what their goal is and what your goal is. You don't want to be misread just because you didn't know what the hell a certain word was. You know what I mean? I don't go around studying embezzlement, so I had to take one. I was a dispatcher for police and fire, so they'll give you a lie detector test. They want to make sure whoever they're working with is going to be CYOA, not a person to cover their own ass. They want someone that's going to be truthful, so you have to submit to one. But so definitely know your terms. So at the top of your consciousness is this death that they're after. They just don't want you here. They're like, yo, we're over you. That's great, but I have a few more things to say in my lifetime. Alexa, play We Will Rock You, Queen. And it's this person that wants it. This one that thinks they're perfect. And they're working really hard with other people to do it. Okay. I like the fact, collective, that you're a loner. You can still be loving in a loner energy. Don't feel like, oh, because I don't have a lot of people that I can't be as loving as this person. Sometimes when you get around a lot of people, it makes you look less loving because you're willing to do what the group is doing instead of what your heart is telling you to do. So we're moving away from this energy. You don't feel in the cold and you don't feel like a fool. You have to just keep walking forward. You're moving away from this energy. And you're trying to create an environment of stability. You're moving away from chaos, conflict, confusion. it's not your fault that you didn't go to the dark school of arts and know about this stuff. Like, you're just using what Spirit's telling you to deflect it, to, get it out of your immediate environment. Even though it's above you, below you, around you, you are a human being and you have to do what you got to do. So we're going to walk through this, and this is how I'm going to do it. So, and amen to all of you sisters that do it so uniquely and so beautiful, because you have your personality and your sense of humor and the way you read cards and people, because that's what's made you successful. That's what got you out of this. And okay, so you're moving toward some kind of reveal of this collaboration that has caused a death to the secret, because there's secrets out there they've yet to tell you. And like, I had to make peace with the fact that maybe I'll never know. For a while it was really like, oh, I gotta know what this secret is, and the bottom line is I have an inkling for it. So if it's putting a death to it, then obviously you're gonna find out soon. That's what I feel. Alexa, play Maybelline, Chuck Berry. Okay, and there is somebody who wants to offer you some kind of love to celebrate a new start for you. Yeah, a new start. Amen. A new start. The guy with the cup on the horse, he looks harmless enough. You'll just have to read and pick up on that to make sure it's genuine. There's a lot of rhinestones out there. I wear rhinestones, okay? I wear rhinestones. They're not real, but they sparkle. You've got to know the difference between what's real and what's not. There's been a lot of tricks thrown at you, collective, and a lot of baiting. And I just want to tell you to say no to everything, but that's not right either, because it may be like a key to your future. But definitely, do the test. And it'll, if you're good with the alchemy and you've handled this black magic, it shouldn't be a problem for you. But yeah, maybe they won't submit you to a lie detector test or a psychological evaluation. Maybe you won't have to go through that. Maybe they'll just be like really kind and offer you, this is what the secret is, and we're really sorry we put you through this. Because this could be an apology. That's what I'm saying. This doesn't have to be an offer. It could be an apology too. And for hopes and wishes, there is a judgment headed your way, collective, and someone's very disappointed in it. Yeah. As long as nobody's kicked in your door yet, I think you're okay. I'll just put it that way. But yeah, Spirit was really on me to talk to you about these tests and know your terms. So I don't know who that is important for, but yeah. And if you don't want to have it show up on your history, your internet history, I'm very careful. I don't search for anything unless it's like for my readings. And that may not even matter if they've hacked into your IP address. But go to the library and then ask Spirit before you start hunting that stuff down, and to just protect me while I'm looking these things up because I'm doing it for the good. This isn't for bad intent. Because really protect your thought life. Don't go in there and find out, oh, so this is what embezzlement is, and then get all, protect your thought life. Get a cap on it. Okay, this is what it is. This is what racketeering means. This is what, and then cap your thought life. Because, see, that's how the devil enters your thought life, too. It's like, oh, yeah, see how easy it is to just, no. That's not why you're looking those things up. It's so that you can answer those questions with solid ground. Okay, and there won't be any spike in your energy reading during those tests, evaluations. Alexa, play Cake. Yeah, there's another song by Cake I really like. Okay, so the outcome of this is walking away from the bull. So good, collective. You get to walk away. Amen. See, I'm so much happier when I talk to the collective. I don't know. You guys just cheer me up. I sense all your beauty even through my little recorder. I'm talking to people that have a higher way of thinking. That think outside the box. You've always walked away from the bullshit your whole life because you never wanted to be in it. But the cards are telling you that you've been forced into. Put the puppet in the pit and press play. You're not going to be in that TV show anymore. So that's good. Because you never wanted to be in it to begin with. And whether the results of that are riches or spiritual enhancement, I don't know. But thank goodness you get to walk away from it. I love you, collective. Have an awesome day.